What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. AEW had their Collision show on Saturday, and that recap showed a very excellent match of the year contender tag team championship. 2 out of 3 falls. FTR taking on Bullet Club Gold. Did anybody happen to see that match?
I did not. But for my points wise, do I get one fall for each or just the match?
You get one fall for each. So that is pretty. Even though you break even though, because it was like 2-1. So but they had that match went 58 minutes. 20 minutes was the first fall. Then they went to another 20 minutes, which was the second fall. And then the last 18, because FTR won the first fall, and then I believe Bullet Club Gold won the second fall. Then at the end, they went on for like double sharpshooters. Then the exhaustion made their knees give out. And then Dax pulled the knee pad down so he could squat into it. Because look, we in Canada. It's the Owen Hart Cup tonight, so they put that on and they won. So it took up the whole first hour of the show. It was an excellent match. You go back and see it. Then we got the winners for the Owen Hart Cup, which is Willow Nightingale defeated Ruby Soho. I'm happy for Willow. I'm happy for, Thick Girl 2 Season OK.
Nah, that's a fact. Same here.
Yeah, shout out to my sister over there, man. I really got into Willow Nightingale. I think after that match her and Ruby Soho did against Anna Jay and Ty Mello when Ruby was bleeding like a stuffed fucking pig. You know what I'm saying? And they had that brutal ass hardcore match on Rampage. I was like, Rampage? Yeah, they went and did that. I started liking Willow ever since then. So, shout out to her winning the Owen Hart Cup. And then, CM Punk lost to Absolute Ricky Starks. You talk about Prime's homie. He beat CM Punk holding on to the ropes. He tried to go... See about old ass trying to go for Hurricane Run, and then, Ricky Starks rolled through it, then CM Punk rolled through, and then Ricky Starks rolled through and held on. So Ricky Starks and Willow Nightingale are each your winners for the Owen Hart Cup. And I don't know if y'all seen Tony Khan come out there looking all socially awkward with that damn suit on with the straw hat. I was like, bro, you about to wrangle Babe and the pigs? What's his outfit? But they won that. How y'all feel about the winners of the Owen Cup?
You know what's crazy? They kind of swerved me, and I think it's because I let the fans, excuse me, I let the fans kind of like get in my head. Because you would have thought the way Collision was being built, that Punk was going all the way.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Punk and Samoa Joe in the finals, and they do it that way. But I don't think they want to give it to Punk, especially if they are in Canada. I know Punk can find a way to get them to cheer for him in Canada. Especially when they're going on hard. But you already know that's elite country.
Yeah.
So that's Canadian big team. It's like, okay, yeah. Because I don't know, they probably would have been sick if CM Punk had won that in Canada. So I give it to Ricky Starks. Besides, he's an up and comer. CM Punk he don't need this.
That's true.
CM Punk he don't need this, so he gonna give it to Ricky. So I'm like, yeah, so I'm cool with that. So having Ricky and Willow win that joint, I was like, yeah, you damn right.
Also too, I like this for Ricky Starks because like it sounded like it was like for a while he was kind of like, when we talking outside hype, he was kind of like on that LA Knight level where it's like that's all I could hear about was Ricky Starks and how he's like the next coming of the Rock and all that. And then it was like out of nowhere, like I just ain't hear nothing about him after that. And I honestly did not know what happened. Actually, I was gearing to ask y'all like what happened, but I mean here we are now. So good for him.
I'll tell you, he was fucking feuding with Inner Circle. That's what happens when you feud with Inner Circle. You get popular, you feud with the Inner Circle, and it's like, yo, you drop off. Everybody that was hot that worked with the Inner Circle. The next thing you know, it's like they just dropped off. I'm like, man, what the hell happened? But as I had AEW pulled up, I gotta talk about. Y'all heard about the new banned moves in AEW and the new things that they can't do now?
Oh, they're doing that.
Yeah, they kind of got to.
Let me see. Is it Canadian Destroyer on there?
Yo, believe it or not, Prime, it's not on here. Seriously, look.
Is it like moves with weapons or just regular moves?
Okay, so here I actually have it pulled up right here. It says the list was first reported by Fightful and confirmed by PW Insider. Also reported for those who violated. Whoever violates these will be fined. Here is a list of.
So Moxley gonna get fined.
Yeah. So here's a list of moves no longer allowed under any circumstance, because there's two sections. This is the moves, the list of moves no longer allowed under any circumstances that are prohibited for your safety, the safety of staff, the crew, safety of fans, and compliance with the laws and venue requirements. So, unprotected shots to the head. And you should have been cut that out.
That should have been out.
Yeah, the shots to the back of the head should have been out. Buckle bombs, blind moves backwards into the turnbuckle. No more buckle bombs.
Okay. So you can't do a buckle bomb, but you can carve on somebody on the steps.
I'm going with reasons here. I'm just like, because I can understand why the buckle bomb. After what happened to Sting, I can understand the whole buckle bomb. And what happened to Finn Balor, I can understand the whole buckle bomb thing. Fist response or seizure cells. After, remember Daniel Bryan was selling the seizure?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, or as I call it, when Colorado was selling, everybody don't even have seizure yet. You gotta stop doing that. Spitting.
So D-Ryan would not have a job.
not in this day. You gotta stop that flinching. Spitting, which is disgusting anyway. So because I call that the Sami Callihan rule. Anybody, y'all seen the Sami Callihan match when he be like in there and spitting all over the place? And
him and Goldberg, yeah, man, just like
no,
building up.
No, huh? Goldberg got there and just spit it out and then go. I'm talking about Sami Callihan be just wrestling with the drool coming out of his mouth and shit like that.
That. Okay, I thought you meant like just flat out Hawk spitting.
Yeah, no. He's just all that shit disgusting, man. I'm saying you do that with your leg if you want to, but other than that. Blood in the crowd, i.e., no bleeding while in the crowd and no throwing bloody gear, tape, or other objects into the crowd. So, when Moxie bleeds, he better stay in the ring with it. Mm-hmm. Weapons, projectiles in the crowd. No toss of weapons in the crowd. Up here go the MJF rule. Ready? Taking drinks or food from guests in the crowd.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
But that's like Hangman too, because Hangman had that gimmick for a while.
Yeah, but I think after MJF threw that I don't know if it was the alcohol or whatever his mom was drinking to her kid's face, I already knew they was like, okay, they're gonna draw something up for that because just like I said, the wrestler fan of me would be like, yo, he's an ass because he's a heel. The parent of me was like, I'm gonna fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. And the last one, physical contact with the crowd, i.e. wrestlers holding opponents and allowing a fan to chop them. That is not so. That is the stuff that is completely banned right now. They can't use that no more. Then there's a list that this is one that both sides must, like, whoever's working, like whoever the producer of that match or anything like that, both sides must be in accordance or approving it for, a move can be utilized for safety protocols as advised. So whoever's working on that match or the producer, the people who's booking the matchup, you gotta have a clearance with them and both be in agreement to use these spots and stuff like that that's going on in the matches, such as spots and bumps on ring apron or and outside. Tables, ladders, chair spots in and out of the ring are only allowed with padding.
All right, Darby.
Yeah, the Darby Allin rule. Any elevated spots outside of the barricades. dives, and ladder spots on stage, around the arena, and other places outside the ring. That's the Darby. That's the Darby rule right there. All pile driver / tombstone variations, including sit-down drivers, that's the Owen Hart one, inverted, poison hurricane rana, and vertebreakers. High risk.
Hey, so what is Luchasaurus got? No, never mind.
No, but Swerve does a poison. I mean, shit, like who don't do a poison rana these days right now? High risk dives or top rope moves, 450, 630, double moonsaults, SSP, etc.
Dang, so Pat can't even wrestle.
No, but here's the thing though. Those are part of the moves that he has to go over with the people that's doing the match. And if they come to agreement, then they can still use it. Intentional bleeding, any sort of, not just blading. Throwing.
That's the Mox goal.
Yes, yeah, because he's going to bleed. Throwing people into, through, over ring steps, commentary table, bell table, or guardrails and barricades. Weapon usage: chairs, pipes, candlesticks, hammers, ring bells, bats, chains, etc. Title belts, thumbtacks, skewers, barbed wire, and other sharp puncturing objects, powder, aerosol sprays, or liquids. They gotta be approved first. Throwing any weapon or objects, chairs, etc. And choking, strangling with hands or a weapon or handing spots. Those are the new rules and regulations for AEW right there. So
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it because especially I'm happy they got a list like, okay, we got to go over what you're going to do in this match. You're like, hey, I want to do a poison run off this. Okay, look, cool. We got to approve first, make sure everything going to be safe. And how we going to do the spot. I mean, because look, I saw people online that was pissed off. I'm just like, because, everybody's like, whatever WWE doesn't do, AEW going to do it better. I'm like, but they're still a wrestling company. Excuse me, yo. I thought I had that on mute. They're still a wrestling company. So, with there still being a wrestling company, they still are going to have to, follow guidelines for the safety of their wrestlers. Like, I'm going to take the head chair shots to Cody. Should have stopped, So, you talk about Ty Dillinger out of a job. Remember the chairman? So, I can understand that. I can understand, like the spitting. Like, you gotta, stop the spitting shit. Cause that's just fucking gross. And like
yeah, honestly.
And you just got you got all your shit going on with you. I don't know if you're sick or not. You go get all that shit on me. Damn that. I ain't got time for the the indie you sick fuck bullshit. Like, come on up, get off that. Like I said, that's the Sami Callihan rule right there. It's just or like when in that tag match and Jay White, was spitting, it got caught all up in his beard. That's just disgusting.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's nasty, and I'm just like, and it's just like, don't nobody want to see that shit. Like, and so, you got some people who give a fuck. I'm just like, they'll turn people off from that. You want to get many people as on your eyes on your product as possible. So, yeah. So, Moxley gonna have to be doing a lot of fucking talking to these people. Where it's like, hey, I'm bleeding today, tomorrow, next week, and all the next month. And y'all know that. And they probably gonna have to ask to do that power bomb on the steel steps. I ain't mad at the buckle bomb thing though. Look, that fucked up Finn Balor, that fucked up Sting. The buckle bombs.